What makes a true princess? The jewels she wears, or the kindness that survives when all jewels are gone? In a world of golden crowns and hidden shadows, where beauty blinds and power tempts, there once lived a girl who lost everything. Her crown, her voice, her very name, but not her heart. And that became her greatest triumph. Misty sunrise over a faraway kingdom, golden light touching marble towers. A soft wind carries falling petals across a quiet courtyard. In a kingdom where dawn painted the mountains gold and rivers hummed lullabies to the meadows, there lived Princess Alara, a child of light and laughter. Her eyes were the color of spring rain, her hair shimmered like woven sunlight. But what the people loved most was her heart. The way she knelt to speak with beggars at the gate, how she sang to the palace geese when storms rolled in, her voice a balm for frightened wings. Her mother, the queen, wise and silver-haired, watched her with both pride and sorrow. For the time had come, as all mothers know it must, to let her daughter walk her own path. One morning, when frost still kissed the rose petals, the queen took Alara's hands in hers. "My daughter," she whispered, placing a ring upon her finger, "carry kindness wherever you go. For when kingdoms crumble and friends fade, kindness alone will be your shield." And so, beneath a sky brushed with pink dawn, Alara mounted her white horse Falada, with her handmaiden Mara riding close behind. The road stretched far, toward a distant prince she had never met, but whose heart, she hoped, might echo her own. Days turned into nights as they rode through forests that whispered secrets and plains that shimmered like spilled honey under the sun. But kindness, though golden, can stir envy in darker hearts. Mara, the handmaiden, watched in silence. Each smile the princess gave, each kind word spoken, twisted inside her like a thorn. Why should Alara have everything, beauty, love, a crown, while she, who had served faithfully, had nothing? On the seventh night, under a silver moon, Mara's envy bloomed into cruelty. As the campfire flickered low, she rose and said coldly, "You need no crown where we are going." When dawn broke, Alara awoke to find her royal gown gone, her mother's ring missing, her world stolen. Mara stood before her, wrapped in the stolen silks, her eyes hard as glass. "I will arrive as the princess," she declared, "and you will serve as my maid, if you wish to live." Alara's tears fell like rain on the sand, but she obeyed, for her mother's words echoed in her heart. "Carry kindness wherever you go." When the grand palace of the foreign land rose on the horizon, Mara was welcomed with open arms and golden trumpets. Alara followed behind, silent and unseen, her fine dress replaced with rags, her hands trembling. Even Falada, her faithful horse, was taken from her. When the beast refused to bow to Mara, they struck him down and hung his noble head upon the palace gate as decoration. Each morning, when Alara passed that gate, the wind would stir the air, and from the horse's head came a whisper. "O Princess fair, if your mother knew, her heart would surely break in two." And Alara would bow her head and whisper, "Oh, Falada, my friend." I know. Visuals. Lonely fields, soft rain, Alara feeding geese by a misty river, her reflection trembling on the water as Falada's voice drifts through the wind. Though her hands grew rough and her feet bled, Alara never cursed her fate. She sang as she worked, soft, trembling songs of hope. She shared her bread with the hungry, and her song, carried by the wind, reached the palace walls. One morning, the young prince followed that song into the meadow. There, amidst wildflowers and sunlight, he found her. A girl in rags, barefoot and radiant, singing as the geese danced around her feet. The wind rose suddenly. Falada's whisper echoed once more. "O Princess fair." The prince's heart froze. He looked into Alara's eyes, and there he saw it, truth shining brighter than any crown. That night, before the gathered court, Mara's lies fell apart like dry leaves in storm. The ring was found, Falada's spirit freed, and Alara stood once more, not as a princess restored, but as a soul who had never fallen. Far away in her lonely tower, the queen felt a soft wind brush her cheek, as though heaven itself had whispered, "Your daughter is free." When Alara saw Mara trembling, she did not speak in anger. She knelt, lifted her handmaid's face, and said softly, "Kindness, once given, must not be taken back." And in that moment, the palace itself seemed to breathe again. Alara and the prince wed beneath archways of lilies, but their love was not born of power or beauty. It was born of truth. Each dawn, even as queen, Alara walked barefoot among her geese by the riverside. She still sang to the morning sky, a song of courage, grace, and forgiveness. For she knew that crowns could be stolen, names could be forgotten, but the heart, the heart, can never be dethroned. Even when the world takes your crown, wear your kindness, for it will always fit. Visual: Alara smiling softly as sunrise spills gold over the river. The geese lift into flight, and the wind carries her song beyond the mountains, fading into light.